now.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Jack of All Trivia. It's Monday. I am your host, the King of Hearts, James Shimo, and if I'm hosting, you know it only means one thing. It is the Inner Geekdom division here at Jack of All Trivia, and we have a heck of an Inner Geekdom tournament match here for you. First round matchup here in the Inner Geekdom tournament, and I am, of course, not alone. I am joined by my co-host this evening. He is the one and only Caleb Mashed Potatoes Hansen, around the ones and twos. Caleb, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good, man. A little sore, a little tired, a little dirty, but wouldn't have it any other way for the Inner Geekdom tournament. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I do have a dog in this fight. One of these people I actually, have a relationship with in real life. Or have had a relationship in real life at least. I'm pretty excited to see her compete. I've watched I've watched her last match, but I'm pretty pumped to actually be on the stream this time. And JD's always fun.
Absolutely. And like you said, we have
Not biased at all.
Yes, we have two very, very sharp competitors here getting ready to take their chance here in the Inner Geekdom tournament to see if they can become the next in line to face our champion, Mr. Grant Gregory, for the Inner Geekdom Championship of the World. So we have, of course, the brawler JD West going up against Festa the Jester, Miss Deborah Mathis. This is going to be a lot of fun. Caleb, why don't you talk it out with these two individuals and see exactly how they're feeling heading into this so critical match?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's go in the order that you said their names. Let's go to the brawler first. JD, the man of many nicknames, but right now he's the brawler. JD West, how you feeling going into this match? I know you're coming off of a pretty devastating loss to Matthew Rosa in the comic books leagues. Do you think you're carrying that into this IG match, or you think you can rise above it?
Hopefully I can rise above it, because I hope there's not Zebediah fucking Kilgrave questions. I knew his last name, but that pseudo-biblical name made me confused. So, hopefully I could get over that and for lack of a better term, beat this fool. She was a jester after all.
Very nice word play there. Interesting bit of smack talk from the brawler. We don't usually see that side of him too much, but he's coming with a little heat today. Now going over to his opponent, Festa the Jester. So you had a match coming in. You're coming in pretty fresh into this tournament. But I know personally you've got a lot of geek knowledge. How do you feel about this matchup? And do you have any confidence knowing that he's coming off of a loss in a comic book match?
I definitely feel better hearing he's coming off a loss. And I feel like I've gotten some experience, watched some other people's competition since my first, because I started out kind of cold with my first match. Feel a bit better about this one going in. I will say I feel also a little confident, seeing as how this is I'm up against a brawler in a contest of wits.
Very nice. All right. So both of them very confident. Both exchanging a few barbs, not necessarily hostile, but certainly adversarial. With that, let's go ahead and throw it back to James for these intros.
Absolutely. We got two people hungry to prove themselves in the Inner Geekdom tournament. And when competition rears its ugly head, we know things can get heated real quick. So let us go ahead and get right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is the Jack of All Trivia Inner Geekdom tournament. First round match scheduled for 3 rounds to a finish. Introducing first, He is the brawler, Mr. J.D. West. Nicely done. Sure, that's not going to cost him $1 million in repair bill. All right. And his opponent. She is known as Festa the Jester, but you may know her better as Deborah Mathis. Want that music to get a rock and roll and ready to go. All right. So, to our competitors, round one works like this. We have 8 questions set up for you in 8 different movie categories. Each question will be worth 1 point for a correct answer. You will write your answers down on a whiteboard or piece of paper, whatever is at your disposal. You'll have 15 seconds to do so once time is called. I will say your name individually, show your answer to the camera, and say it aloud as well. Also, keep in mind that there is no penalty for missing a question. However, if you do manage to get all 8 questions correct, you will receive a bonus question worth 1 additional point. With that out of the way, also do not forget about your usages of the repeat rule. If you need to hear a question again, not because my transmission is garbled or anything like that, go ahead and throw out a repeat. That way we can go ahead and make sure you have the best opportunity to answer the question. Also, do not forget your challenge rule. If you think a ruling went kind of sideways and you feel like it should have gone a little bit more straightforward, go ahead and throw that challenge out. Mashed Potatoes and I will deliberate and render a ruling. If you are successful in your challenge, you will keep your challenge and be able to challenge later on in the match. However, if you lose your challenge, then you forfeit any opportunity to challenge anytime later on in the match. With that said, Festa the Jester, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, Mr. Brawler, are you ready?
Always speak closing.
All right. Mashed Potatoes, you ready to rock and roll?
Let's do it.
All righty. All right, let's get on, ladies and gentlemen. Ding, ding. All right, I'll go ahead and read the odd-numbered questions. Mashed Potatoes, if you want to read the even numbers.
You got it.
Cool deal. All right, question number 1 is going to come in the category of Star Trek. What classic-era comedy duo were the humpback whales named after in Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home?
Gotta say, this is one of the best Star Trek movies in my opinion. I really enjoy it. I mean, you can't go wrong with James Kirk yelling a double dumbass on you. You know,
Definitely can.
One of the great cinema quotes of all time, in my opinion.
Absolutely. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down. All right, let's go to Rachel first.
Deborah.
I'm sorry, Deborah.
Well, it's Deborah Rachel, so you weren't entirely wrong. I just guessed Laurel and Hardy.
That is incorrect. Let's go to JD.
Abbott and Costello. Who's on first?
That is also incorrect. That is also incorrect. We were looking for George Burns and Gracie Allen. Burns and Allen.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Darn it.
All right, maybe a little deeper cut for these competitors, but, you know, that's the risk you run. Mashed Potatoes, take it away.
You got it. All right. Question number 2 comes in the category of weapons, tech, and magical items. How many points is catching the golden snitch worth in a game of Quidditch in the Wizarding World?
Yeah, Quidditch is definitely one of the more interesting sports. Believe it or not, there are a lot of colleges and high school campuses that actually play this as like a intramural sport.
I have heard that. I just can't take it seriously when it's just guys doing the Happy Gilmore, the trot with things in between their legs.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if there was some flying involved, maybe even wires, I could take it seriously. But I mean,
Well,
come
you
on.
get them tripping on enough acid, they at least think they're flying. And 5,
Sure.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. All right, let's go to JD first.
150 schmackerinos.
150 points is correct.
That is
And
correct.
Deborah.
I am not a Harry Potter person, so I said 3.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Definitely.
3 points.
If it were only 3, why do you think it'll be such a big part of the game?
Like I said, if she's not that big of a Harry Potter fan, she might not know that. In any case, let us move right along. Question number 3 is going to come in the category of scores and soundtracks.
All
right. Who composed the score for 2016's Deadpool?
Wow, one of the looks on one of our competitors' faces was very unhappy with this question.
Yep.
I am not a soundtracks person either.
I hardly ever am either, but what are you going to do?
This is, it's a definitely a common name in recent years. I'll say that.
I'm hoping.
Yeah,
I'm hoping.
More and more common in movie scores than in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. All right, let's go to Deborah first.
Danny Elfman?
That is incorrect. Points for guessing an actual composer, though. Well done. JD West.
I know he did the second one, but I don't know if he did the first one. Tyler Bates.
That is also incorrect. We were looking for Junkie XL.
Junkie XL.
Yeah, I was never going to get that one.
Of the DCU fame. All right, guys. Question number 4 comes in the category of DC movies. That's, of course, DC movies that are not in the extended universe or whatever it's being called now.
Worlds of DC, apparently.
if you say so. Yep. All right. So, in the category of DC movies, what children's show star played Oswald Cobblepot's father in Tim Burton's Batman Returns? Speaking of Danny Elfman, this movie, pretty great score on this one, I gotta say.
James,
I'm just convinced that whoever
James, can you repeat it? You kind of cut out there.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, I wasn't the one reading it, but mashed potatoes was. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, somebody cut out. I didn't know who read the question, but they cut out.
You got it, man. All right, cool. One repeat for the brawler. In DC movies, what children's show star played Oswald Cobblepot's father in Tim Burton's Batman Returns?
And we won't charge him the repeat on that one because it was a technical issue.
Yep. Oh, okay. Alrighty. I was impersonating this person just a bit earlier, but definitely not the same character.
Yeah. No, you were talking about Danny Elfman earlier. I'm just convinced that Tim Burton and Danny Elfman are actually conjoined twins, and whoever actually they say is Danny Elfman is not actually Danny Elfman. But in any case, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. All right, let us go to JD first.
I couldn't get it. I was about to say Martin Kratt.
Nope, that would have been incorrect. Miss Mathis?
Pee Wee Herman?
Technically, that's right. We were looking for the actor who played Pee Wee Herman, Paul Rubens. What do you think, Matt? Do we give it to her?
It's phrased as TV show, like children's TV show, not this actor who did children's TV shows.
Well,
show star, but technically,
show star.
Technically, yeah, we didn't ask for the actor who played the star. Technically.
Okay, on that technicality, I guess we can give it to you.
Yeah.
James gives it to you. All right.
Because I mean, if the answer,
if you ask me, but
because I mean, if the answer was somehow Steve from Blue's Clues, I wouldn't expect her to know his last name. Just say
All right.
Steve
We get
from
the
Blue's
point.
Clues.
JD, she got the point. We need to move on. Here we go.
Okay.
Next question is going to come in the category of Pirates of the Caribbean. Silence. In any case, in Pirates of the Caribbean series, what is Captain Barbossa's first name?
Gotta love this one. This is a little known fact, I think. It's certainly something that shows up on IMDb more than in the movies.
Yeah. I think Jack calls him by this name maybe like once or twice throughout the whole series.
Yeah.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pens down. All right, let's go to Deborah first.
Henry?
Got the right starting letter, but not quite. Let's go to JD.
I was thinking of something mythical. I said Leonidas.
I like that guess.
Fun guess, but
also
incorrect.
We were looking for Hector Barbosa.
Oh. I got the H instantly and then lost the rest of it.
H.
Like I said, yeah, the first 2 letters right, but other than that. All right, next up, mashed potatoes.
All right, next question. Question number 6 comes in the category of Indiana Jones. Finish the quote from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Forget any ideas about lost cities and exotic travel and digging up the world. We do not follow maps to buried treasure and blank. For 6 words.
Mm-hmm. Definitely my favorite movie out of the series, out of all 3.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Last Crusade?
I'd have to go Raiders, but I do enjoy Crusade. But yeah. Raiders for me is the.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was almost done. Raiders for me was just like the pinnacle. Like
I said, to me, it's the interplay between Harrison Ford and Sean Connery. That's what makes it for me.
Yeah,
5,
absolutely. I mean, that's
4,
certainly a good thing.
3, 2, 1, pens down. All right, JD.
I had lost cities that lead to nowhere.
Nah, that is incorrect. Let's go to Deborah.
We do not go on adventures.
That is also incorrect. This would probably be more appropriate for a pirate. X never ever marks the spot. That was the end of that quote.
And then, of course, it comes back in the library when X, in fact, does mark the spot.
Yep. All right. Question number 7 is going to come in the category of Middle Earth. What does Gandalf make Merry and Pippin do as punishment for stealing his fireworks?
Yes. Good question. I enjoy this.
Yes. Meriadoc Brandybuck.
And Peregrine Took.
I might have known. I love Ian McKellen's voice. So, if I couldn't have either Morgan Freeman or Sam Elliott narrate my life, Ian McKellen.
Yeah.
5,
That's a pretty good placement
4,
there.
3,
Patrick Stewart, though.
2.
1.
I mean, Captain Picard.
Yeah. All right, let's go to Deborah first.
Harvest vegetables?
That is incorrect. They're actually doing that later on in the movie. Let's go to JD.
I couldn't pull it.
Oof.
The correct answer was wash dishes.
Wash the dishes. They had to wash all the dishes from the party.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
I figured
And
it was something mundane, but I couldn't figure out what thing it was.
Yep.
No,
All right.
just to be actually kind of nerd to James, they weren't actually harvesting vegetables; they were stealing them from Farmer Maggot. But you know,
Well, they had to harvest them in order to steal it.
Fair point.
if you
In
say
any
so.
case, continue.
All right. Question number 8, your final question in round number 1, comes in the category of Marvel films.
Nice.
What is the name of the member of the X-Force that is played by Terry Crews in Deadpool 2? Apologies. I don't know why I didn't say the movie.
A couple people hanging out in the chat. An answer to that last question is when Gandalf was dishing out punishments, he said, somebody in the chat said, makes them watch Dragon Ball Evolution.
That would be cruel and unusual, in my opinion. I
Very
mean,
true, very true.
at least people got some entertainment out of the fireworks.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hands down. Personally, I'd have made him watch Shyamalan's The Last Airbender.
Ooh.
In any case, let's go to J.D. West first.
Bishop.
It was not Bishop, as a matter of fact. I think you might have been thinking Days of Future Past in that situation. Deborah.
Yeah.
I should have known this. I put Breaker. Pretty sure it was a B,
incorrect.
though.
It was a B. We were looking for Bedlam.
Oh,
Bedlam. Dang it.
Yeah, there we go. All right. So after round number 1 has concluded, we have one heck of a barn burner going on here, folks. If I'm not mistaken, Deborah Mathis is currently in the lead, 1-0.
hey, he got one.
No, yeah, that's incorrect.
Yeah,
Actually,
I got one.
We're tied 1-1.
Yeah.
1-1. And I apologize.
JD hit on question number 2. Deborah hit on question number 4.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
1-1.
I apologize. So we are technically tied then. Okay, fantastic. So we will then move into round number 2. Round 2 is going to work like this. I have a random number generator. It is set between the numbers of 1 and 12. Since you are tied, we will flip a coin to see who gets their number chosen first. Deborah, really quick, call it. Heads or tails?
Tails.
And it is heads. So, JD, you get to choose whether you would like to have your number generated first or if you would like to defer to Deborah.
Defer.
Okay, Deborah, you will go first then. Then in that case, we will generate a number between 1 and 12. If you do not like the first number, you may throw it back for another choice, unless, of course, you land on either player's or opponent's choice.
All right.
If you land on player's choice, obviously you get your pick of the categories. If you land on opponent's choice, obviously JD gets that privilege. You will get 5 questions in that round, each worth 2 points apiece. However, if you need a little extra help, you may check to multiple choice, in which case the value of the question will drop to 1 point. Also keep in mind that you may steal in this round, so JD, pay attention to her questions, and Deborah, likewise for JD's questions. With that said, are you ready, Deborah?
Yes.
All right, your first category is category number 3, and that category is going to be the MCU. Would you like to keep it or go again?
I'll keep that. I'll keep that so hard.
All right. All right, here we go. 5 questions in the category of the MCU. All right, first question, Deborah. Scott Lang is released from what prison in Ant-Man?
Multiple choice.
All right, is it A, San Quentin, B, Rikers Island, C, Alcatraz, or D, Shawshank?
San Quentin?
That is correct for 1 point.
And we have a lead. Hooray.
All right, next question. What does Bruce Banner say when Wong mentions that there is a Ben & Jerry's flavor called a hulk of burnin' fudge?
Multiple choice.
A, for real? B, seriously? C, that's a thing? Or D, how's it taste?
How's it taste?
That's actually incorrect. JD
Damn.
for the steal. Again, your
Okay.
options are A, for real? B, seriously? C, that's a thing? Or D, how's it taste?
Seriously?
That is also incorrect. We were looking for that's a thing?
Uh,
Yeah, he literally says that right afterwards. All right. Question number 3, Deborah. In Iron Man, when Tony comes upstairs to hear about Obadiah's meeting with the board of directors, what instrument is Obadiah playing?
Jesus.
Multiple choice.
All right, is it A, a guitar, B, a harp, C, the flute, or D, a piano?
Piano.
That is correct for 1 point.
Woohoo.
All right. Question number 4. What quality does Ultron claim to have that the Avengers do not?
Multiple choice.
All right, is it A, adaptability, B, patience, C, harmony, or D, longevity?
Harmony.
That is correct for 1 point.
Very nice. All right.
All right.
what was her answer? I couldn't hear it.
Harmony.
Ah, gotcha.
All right. And last but not least, 5th question in round number 2 for Deborah. In Thor, what do the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents claim crashed at the site where Mjolnir landed?
Multiple choice.
All right. Is it A, an aircraft, B, a satellite, C, a drone, or D, a UFO?
Satellite.
That is correct for 1 point. All right. So after round number 2 for Deborah, where do the scores stand, Mashed Potatoes?
All right. So after that, Deb was able to pick up 4 points in her round 2. So the score now sits at 5-1 in the Jester's favor. But JD is his turn is coming up next. So there we go.
Absolutely. All right, JD. So your number is about to be generated. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. You landed on category number 12, which is the category of Pirates of the Caribbean. Would you like to keep it or go again?
Go again.
Okay. All right. You landed on category number 5, which is the category of villains.
Okay.
Category of villains. Let's see. Gotta scroll down here. Here we go. All right, here we go. Question number 1, JD, in the category of villains. In X-Men Origins Wolverine, before killing John Wraith, Sabretooth mocks him by calling him what?
It's on the tip of my tongue, but multiple choice.
All right, is it A, slow, B, predictable, C, boring, or D, pathetic?
Slow.
That is incorrect. Festa the Jester for a steal. Again, your options are A, slow, B, predictable, C, boring, or D, pathetic.
I'm going to go with predictable.
That is correct for 1 point.
Ooh, big
I did. I just said the wrong thing. Damn it.
All right. Here we go, JD. Question number 2. In Deadpool, where does Wade claim that Ajax got his name from?
Dish soap.
That is correct for 2 points. right. Question number 3, JD. In Black Panther, what is the name of the tribe led by M'Baku?
The Mountain Tribe.
Unfortunately, that's not the answer we were looking for. Festa the Jester.
Wait. If you wanted the specific name, not the region, it's the Jabari.
Okay, that is correct for 2 points.
I did know if you wanted the
yeah, no, we wanted the actual
name or the region they represent.
Yeah, no, we were looking for the actual tribe name.
Okay, I did know. Sorry. That's why I gave both.
Okay, no, you're fine. Okay. Here we go. Question number 4, JD. In Guardians of the Galaxy, Ronan the Accuser is described by the Xandarian merchant as a Kree what?
Multiple choice.
All right. Is it A, General, B, Heretic, C, Zealot, or D, Fanatic?
Zealot.
That is incorrect. Festa the Jester for a steal. Again, the options are A, General, B, Heretic, C, Zealot, or D, Fanatic.
Fanatic?
That is correct for 1 point. All right. And your last question, JD. In round number 2, who plays Albert Wesker in Resident Evil Retribution?
Oh!
A multiple choice.
All right. Is it A, Johann Erb, B, Sean Roberts, B, Sean Roberts, C, Boris Kodjoe, or D, Colin Salmon?
Boris Kodjoe.
That is incorrect. Festa the Jester for the steal. A, Johann Erb, B, Sean Roberts, C, Boris Kodjoe, or D, Colin Solomon?
I'm going to go with D.
That is also incorrect. We were looking for Sean Roberts.
Mm.
Sean Roberts. All right. With round 2 out of the way, mashed potatoes, where do our scores stand?
All right. So after round number 2, JD managed to pick up 4 points in his second round, but the Jester was able to capitalize on 2 1-point steals. So our score now stands at Festa the Jester with 7 points. JD the Brawler is behind, trailing by 2 points with 5.
All right. So still not a runaway victory by any stretch of the imagination. We will now move into round number 3. Round 3 is going to work like this. You have the option of choosing numbers between 1 and 15. Each number will correspond with a different category. The first question will be worth 2 points, the second worth 3 points, and the final question worth 5 points. At the end of this match, we will either have a winner or we will go into sudden death. With that said, Deborah, you are currently in the lead, so you may choose any 3 numbers between 1 and 15.
Let's go 8, 7, and 5.
8, 7, and 5. All right, and JD, your 3 numbers, you cannot pick the same numbers that she did.
Let's go 9.
Okay.
12.
Okay.
And 4.
9, 12, and 4. All right, here we go, JD. You have to, well, you really only have to hit this first one in order to send it over to Deborah here. So let's see if you can do it. Your first question is going to be category number 9. That category is movie release dates.
Release dates.
All right. Here we go. For 2 points, JD. In what year was Blade Trinity released?
2008.
Unfortunately, that is incorrect. We were looking for 2004.
Ooh.
All right. So now we move to category number 12 for question number 2 for 3 points. That is going to come in the category of video game movies. All right. 3 points in the category of video game movies, JD. Who plays Christian Slater's character's love interest in Uwe Boll's Alone in the Dark?
Yeah. Can I get a repeat?
Okay, that's one official repeat. Who plays the love interest to Christian Slater's character in Uwe Boll's Alone in the Dark?
Cameron Diaz?
That is incorrect. We were looking for a little lady from a film you might have heard of called American Pie, Tara Reid. Tara Reid. All right, so that is going to take us to category number 4 for your 5-point question. JD, best of luck to you. Your 5-point question is going to come in the category of Pirates of the Caribbean. Here we go. In Pirates of the Caribbean, at World's End, Tia Dalma claims that Davy Jones was many things, but never what?
Repeat the question.
All right, I can do that. In Pirates of the Caribbean, at World's End, Tia Dalma claims that Davy Jones was many things, but never what?
Deborah, you win. Gentlemen.
And your winner, by way of technical knockout, Festa the Jester, Deborah Mathis. The correct answer was cruel. Many things you would, Davy Jones, but never cruel. All right. That was an interesting match, ladies and gentlemen. Mashed potatoes, thoughts? What did you think of the match overall and the outcome?
I thought it was a fun competitive match all the way up until round 3. Man, those were some rough picks on JD's part. I would have gotten the video game movies one because I used to write questions in IG, but yeah, that's, oh boy, whew, that that just really sucked. He picked some bad numbers, but
yeah, I wouldn't have gotten any of those 3 either.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
so
right.
I'm happy to see the Jester moving on. But I was already saying that I did have a dog in this fight, that I was rooting for one side, but boy, I feel bad for the brawler. That was just ugly.
When you hit back to back, just questions that are not in your wheelhouse, and especially round 3 questions being tending to be some of the deeper cut questions. It's a challenge you run into, and it's a minefield you've got to very carefully navigate a lot of the time. So, why don't you go ahead and interview our competitors, see how they're feeling after this. Obviously now Deborah is moving on in the Inner Geekdom tournament. JD will have to find some other opponents, hopefully to work his way back into title contention. Unfortunately for now, his turn in the tournament is over. But like I said, for now, why don't you see how these folks are feeling?
Yeah, you got it. Well, let's go first to our victor, Festa the Jester herself. Deborah, you managed to pull out the win with the TKO. I mean, it wasn't the strongest performance we've ever seen, certainly, but it was an impressive win. Certainly luck was on your side today, but it was a fun match. I'm glad you got the win, and we're looking forward to seeing your next match. Is there anybody you were hoping to play in your side of the bracket or anything like that? Any call outs? Any thoughts on the match? Let's go ahead.
Well, I thought JD did a great job. If he definitely did get screwed over with some questions there at the end, I wouldn't have gotten any of those either. And I feel like we both kind of had a very rough start. The first round was pretty brutal for both of us. So I feel like it was a fair match, but kind of because we were both doing poorly. So best wishes to him in his future matches, and hopefully I'll do better myself next time.
Absolutely. Do you feel like you'll be doing some studying on perhaps those subjects that you seemed weaker on? Maybe like a Harry Potter marathon is in your future, or anything like that?
Maybe not a full marathon, but I'll definitely do some IMDb name and plot memorization.
All right, cool. All right, good stuff. Well, congratulations, and we'll see you in round 2. And now over to the unfortunate loser today, the brawler JD West. Man, things just are not going your way, man. In round 3, this is 2 in a row that you've kept it competitive, and round 3 is just bent you over a table. How are you feeling after this match?
Some of the questions, man. Oof, I think I'm becoming this league's Bibs, where I can't survive round 3.
Right. You just got to go for the knockout every time. That's you got to use the Babe Ruth strategy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, short and sweet from okay.
Yeah. That's all I have to say. Sorry.
All right. No problem, man. I understand. I had very few words in my last loss too. They're not always pretty, man. I get you. So with that, let's go ahead and throw it back to our host today, James Shimo. Take it away.
Yep. Well, this is definitely gonna be if I will say this, JD, don't hang your head too bad. Definitely hang tough, keep fighting, and we'll see you back in title contention before too long. I have no doubt of that.
Why do you think I'm called the Brawler?
Mm-hmm. I will say this: Deborah has no shortage of difficulties on her horizon. Looking at the brackets now, Deborah in round 2 has to go up against your partner, mashed potatoes, C-Dub, Christopher Woodburn.
Ooh.
This is going to be interesting.
Rematch, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, C-Dub is one of the hungriest competitors that has ever been in Jack of All Trivia, especially in the Inner Geekdom League. He studies like a madman. I know that for a fact. So there's going to be you got some work to do is all I can say. But yeah, that is going to wrap it up. We still have 4 more round 1 matches here in the Inner Geekdom tournament. So we're going to really try to work to cram these in here and get as many of them recorded or even just put up live as we can. So that way we can continue rocking this out so we can find our next #1 contender for the Inner Geekdom Championship. But with that being said, it's time we start wrapping it up around here. Let's go around the horn and see exactly where we can find everybody. Let's start off with our victor this evening, Miss Deborah Mathis. Where can everybody find you?
I'm on Twitter at I think it's Festa_. So I tweet a little bit. I tweet whenever there's like a big video game announcement.
Nice.
Or whenever I get points for tweeting.
Fair point.
Very good, very good. And for our second place finisher this evening, Mr. JD West, where can everybody find you, my friend?
You can find me scourging the underbelly of this league amongst many others, because as much of a fight as I put up, I can't seem to get that many wins. So I'm gonna keep fighting in here, but if you want to see what I'm doing outside this league, you could go to my Twitter. It's JD West Films, but capitalize the JD and W, and then I don't tweet that often, but I do occasionally retweet and comment on some posts. So
all right. Good deal. And of course, to my co-host, the one running the ones and twos, Mr. Caleb Mashed Potatoes Hansen. Thanks so much for helping me out tonight, man. Where can everybody find you?
No problem, man. You can find me on Facebook at Caleb H, or on Twitter at the Caleb Hansen. But don't do that. Don't follow me on Twitter. There's no point. It's literally Deborah probably tweets way more than I do, and like, you know, I don't even tweet when there's an excuse to do it. So don't follow me. But you can also, if you're into bad punk music, you can check out my band, The Beta Waves. We're on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, and Bandcamp. And if you're in the Chicago area, we got a show coming up on May 26th. Some of the best bands that we could put together. Well, our first actual time hosting a show. So come out. It really mean a lot. Mean that we probably get to keep doing things like this. So yeah, other than that, just make sure you follow Jack of All Trivia, man.
Absolutely. And of course, you can find me, the one and only King of Hearts, James Shimo, right here at Jack of All Trivia. You can find me hosting the Inner Geekdom Leagues on Mondays. You can also find me defending my wrestling championship in the wrestling division. We usually throw those matches on Wednesdays. I occasionally dabble in the movie division on Tuesday nights here at Jack of All Trivia. And you can find me in the upcoming comic book free-for-all coming up very, very quickly, right here at Jack of All Trivia in the Comic Book League. Really looking forward to that. But that is going to do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us on this Monday evening. I will bid you all adieu. So, for Deborah Mathis, for JD West, for Caleb Mashed Potatoes Hansen, I am the King of Hearts, and I am saying goodbye and good night. Bang!